How's it going, guys? This is Soul Survivor 610 coming back at you with another video. Today I got a really unique pair of shoes to show for you guys. I'm going to be doing a review of the Retro 12 Friends and Family Edition Public School New York. Before I get into this pair, let me give a shout out to my boy Matthew. He is the one that hooked me up with these. My first sample ever, and definitely a unicorn, a pair that's probably never going to leave my collection. So let's get into the shoes. As you can see, just a giant black box. There is literally like nothing on it. It's really beat up too. And as you can see, the where like the name and the price and all that stuff is for the shoes usually is ripped off, and you'll find that that's pretty common with samples. I'm not really sure why that is, but it just is a common thing with sample boxes. You pull this out, it's a little stuck, and then you get this cover. It's like the same one that comes with the Retro 11s, and it just says Public School New York. So that's pretty cool. Now before I get into the shoes, I gotta explain why they are so special. The Public School New York Jordans, just as is, are already expensive. Now these are Friends and Family editions. So for those of you who don't understand what samples are, Friends and Family, I'm going to explain. Nike releases shoes, right? They release shoes to everybody. But before Nike puts a shoe out in like Foot Locker or just out for public consumption, they make samples of it. So they make a few pairs, they change little things in between different pairs, and then they give it to certain people to wear to see if the shoe works or if the shoe doesn't work. And then based on that feedback, they release the shoe or they don't. The Public School New York shoes did release, but this colorway did not release. This was a Friends and Family release only. Now what that means is Friends and Family of certain celebrities, athletes, just Friends and Family of somebody famous got these shoes. So the Friends and Family of LeBron James, let's say, would get these. Now I believe there's only 50 pairs of these in existence. Could be wrong, I don't know, that's just the numbers that I saw online. And I also believe that these are one of only 3 size 10.5s in the world. Now that could just be a complete lie, but that's what I saw when I was looking around online and just asking around in general. So let me pull out the shoes. I'm sure I'm just boring you guys. All right, here they are. Really clean pair. Does not look like that much, but these are a fire pair of shoes. Now, I know you're probably asking yourself, well, what celebrity had this shoe? How did you get this shoe? All those other questions. If you are familiar with the ASAP mob, apparently there's somebody in the ASAP mob called ASAP Josh. These were his shoes. I hit him up on Instagram. I asked him about him. He confirmed. I even thanked him, and I just told him, you know, thank you for letting go of the shoes. I now have probably the rarest pair in my collection. These shoes, dead stock, on GOAT and stuff like that, I see go for about $5,000, $6,000. If they're worn, depending on the condition, they probably go for around $2,000 to $3,000. Now these are worn. They've been worn twice. I have not worn them since I've gotten them, but they're probably worth about $2,500 to $3,000 right now. So, you know, one of the most special shoes in my collection. So enough about the backstory, let's get into the actual review of the shoe. So I'll start from the bottom and I'll work my way up. When looking at the bottom of the shoe, it's kind of just your average Retro 12 bottom, but the cool thing is the traction pads aren't actually solid. They are like this translucent, smoky gray color. It actually looks really cool. And then you have your carbon fiber plating all in the middle of the shoe. Moving on, you have an all white rubber outsole with the black 23 on the heel. Move up a little bit more, you have a black midsole right above where the heel is, and then the rest of the shoe in general is also just black. So the materials on this shoe, you know, some are actually really good, and then some are subpar. So a material on this shoe that I think is subpar is this leather right here on the toe, as well as right on the inside of the shoe. So it's a tumbled leather. It's not bad, but for a Friends and Family, for a sample Jordan, this leather should blow my mind. And it is more like just the smooth leather that is on the Retro 5s. I realize that this is tumbled, but the stiffness of the leather is the same. So I feel like if you actually wear these 1 or 2 more times, the leather is going to crease really bad and you're not going to be able to fix it. Now that being said, the rest of the shoe is a very unique material. It's like a canvas material. And now when I say canvas, my mind immediately goes to Converses and Vans, and that is not what this is like. This is a much smoother, softer texture. I really cannot describe it. For those of you who have off-white waffle racers, If you know like the ballistic nylon that's underneath the plastic, I know that's a really far out there example, but that's kind of the material of this. It's soft. I'm pretty sure it'd be waterproof as well, but it definitely is some sort of like canvas. So continuing on, you have your all black leather heel tab, and all the words and Jumpman logo are actually debossed in the shoe. Looks pretty cool. Going up the tongue, as you can see, it has the Jumpman and the PSNY for Public School New York. Now I know that these aren't really the most eye-catching shoe, but I definitely think that this is a super clean pair. I remember, the day I got it, I was doing research on them, and I went back in Drake's Instagram feed, and I actually saw him in a picture with OBJ, and they were both wearing these shoes. So I guess those were two of the celebrities that got blessed with these pairs. So to say that I have a shoe that only a few other people have, including, Drake and OBJ, it's pretty cool. My favorite thing about the shoe, and I'll show you a close-up of what I mean, is the sample tag. You can see on the tag that it says size 10.5, and then at the very bottom you can see it says sales CFM sample. So that means that these shoes will never hit stores. Only people that really have some sort of connect in Nike or are just willing to drop a crazy amount of money will ever have a chance at owning these. And yeah guys, so that's pretty much the shoe. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to go over, but the backstory behind them is pretty cool, and just the fact that they're so rare makes them just that much cooler. Okay, so now that I reviewed the shoe for you guys, I'm just going to give you a 360 look so you can see all the different angles. You will not be able to buy this shoe, but you'll be able to be envious of the pair that I have. Alright, so that is the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment. Please get me to 100 subscribers, guys. I really love samples. I have another pair of samples in my collection that I plan on showing you, but let me know in the comments below if you guys have any samples or what your favorite sample pair is. And as always, thank you guys for watching.